This is KGW News at Sunrise.
You can't take away my right to own a gun. The government doesn't have the authority to do that.
Washington is now the 10th state to ban certain semi-automatic rifles. And within hours, a gun advocacy group filed a lawsuit. Meanwhile, here in Portland, police say they found more than a dozen ghost guns after investigating 2 alleged graffiti taggers. We'll look at the charges they're facing. And spring has finally sprung. I am so happy about that.
Took a while.
This morning we're asking this question: how are you going to enjoy the warmer weather? Find our post on the KGW Facebook page and let us know, or if you prefer, you can text us at 503-226-5088. We will share some of your answers right here on Sunrise this morning. You were under video, but spring is here. Good morning, everybody. Yesterday was beautiful.
Yeah.
Rod, you were talking about even warmer today.
Yesterday, 68, which tied a day back in March for the warmest. Today, first time this year, we'll be up into the 70s. And understand, if it weren't for this current warming trend that we're having right now, we would have a shot at breaking the record next week for the latest in the season to ever get up to 70. So this is long overdue. Right now we're at 48 degrees, a little bit of cloudiness in the sky, but this is going to be a partly sunny to mostly sunny day moving forward. I have a 61 at noon, and there's that 70-something temperature. We'll go 75 for you at 5 p.m. Of course, your 7-day forecast is coming up.
All right, Rod, thank you much. This morning, we do have early results from Clark County's special election. On the ballot, replacement levies for the Washougal and Woodland school districts. We're going to start with Washougal. So far, voters are saying yes to the capital improvement levy. It's ahead by almost 58%. The district says the money will fund health and safety improvements. A second levy in Washougal is also passing right now. It would pay for library jobs, athletics, and custodians. Now on to Woodland. The school district says the replacement levy there would prevent $3 million in cuts. So far, it's passing with 52% of the vote. But do keep in mind, these are unofficial preliminary results. We'll certainly keep you updated both on air and online. Washington's governor signed a bill yesterday banning the sale of guns it defines as assault weapons. The bill took effect immediately, and within hours, opponents sued the state in federal court. Alma McCarty has reaction, plus a local connection to this lawsuit.
With the stroke of a pen Tuesday morning, House Bill 1240 became law, and Washington State became the 10th in the nation to ban the sale of certain semi-automatic rifles.
This bill prohibits the sale, import, distribution, or manufacture of any military-style assault weapon in the state of Washington starting today. I'm happy to say that, today.
Though opponents took immediate action, with gun advocacy group the Second Amendment Foundation based in Bellevue, suing the state in federal court. Attorney General Bob Ferguson says his office is ready for the challenge.
We're confident. We haven't lost a case yet against the NRA or the Second Amendment Foundation. They've challenged common sense gun reform in the state. My legal team is better than their legal team, and I'm confident we'll win again. Sporting
Systems, a Vancouver gun store which declined to comment, is named as one of the plaintiffs. According to court documents, the dealer specializes in high-end rifles, pistols, and shotguns, and says the ban, quote, substantially constricted its market and harmed its business.
I really think Inslee is foolish for putting this, ban on semi-automatics.
Will Ward is a gun owner who lives in Vancouver.
You can't take away my right to own a gun. The government doesn't have the authority to do that.
Though the legislation does not ban possession, but rather the sale and transfer of assault weapons, with exceptions for law enforcement and the military. While supporters of the gun control bill who've worked for years to get it signed into law call it life-saving and common sense.
We knew that things needed to change.
These weapons of war, of assault weapons, have no reason other than mass murder.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
Now to an investigation into two of the most prolific taggers in Portland. They led police to a home with more than a dozen ghost guns. KGW's Mike Benner reports.
Along this graffiti-filled fence bordering I-84, you'll find the names Thuja and Beer. According to Portland police, some of the most prolific taggers in all of the Rose City.
These two taggers, tagging as Beer and tagging as Thuja, were out there in almost a declared war on murals.
Officer Nathan Kirby-Glatkowski started investigating the two last summer. He eventually identified Thuja as 26-year-old Shalale Rostami of Beaverton and Beer as Jacob Ramos of Portland.
I almost anticipated that this would be more of a younger crime in the hands of a teenager or something like that, but Ramos is 43.
And living in this home near Southeast 97th and Duke, police raided the house earlier this month.
Saw the police just kind of roll up there and serve the warrant. There wasn't really any loud noise or anything like that, nothing crazy.
Crazy best describes what was found inside Ramos's home. In addition to plenty of tagging evidence, authorities say they discovered more than a dozen guns and what are called ghost guns.
You can buy these components off the shelf. Once you modify them and make all of these changes to them, they become functioning firearms. And that's what we saw there.
We went to Ramos's home for an explanation, but nobody came to the door to talk. Officer Kirby-Glatkowski, on the other hand, is talking. He says confiscating the weapons is a huge win for a police bureau dealing with a lot of gun violence. He says busting two alleged graffiti artists isn't bad either, because just maybe this will deter others from committing acts of vandalism around the city.
Nobody wants the police to show up on their doorstep and raid their house with a search warrant. Nobody wants dozens of felony counts brought against them.
And speaking of that, Jacob Ramos is facing more than 100 charges in the wake of this investigation, and about half of those are felonies. As for Shalale Rostami, she is facing about 30 misdemeanor charges after police raided her Beaverton home and collected more than 1,000 pieces of evidence. Reporting in Portland, I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
That's scary. I mean, that's really close to home. It's just scary.
Just super scary to think about that. It was just so close to work, and we were like, odds of that happening just turning the other way, that could have been us.
That's reaction from employees who work at businesses near a deadly police shooting Monday night. This happened in front of a Lazy Boy store on Southeast 82nd. Portland police and Clackamas County deputies say they were chasing the person who was believed to be involved in a homicide. It's unclear if the suspect had a gun or shot at law enforcement. The officers involved have been placed on leave. Oregon State Police are reporting a major drug bust on I-5 near Salem. Federal prosecutors say troopers caught a man on Sunday transporting 51 pounds of meth and 31 pounds of fentanyl. Troopers also say they found cocaine and heroin in the vehicle. As you can see, that is quite a big stash. A 22-year-old man is now facing federal drug charges. Also today, Multnomah County is set to break ground on a big project to renovate and expand the Albina Library. These are renderings of the new building. By the time it's done, the library on Northeast Knott will be 30,000 square feet. The project also includes seismic upgrades. The library is set to reopen in the fall of 2024. And those are some of your Wednesday morning headlines.
I think we could have shot that video yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
Usually we show these
we're holding hands.
The video, you know, it's blue skies. And I'm like, when did we shoot that? But we could have shot that yesterday.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say the other headline has to do with weather. You'll notice that Drew and Christine are both off.
Where's everybody?
Playing hooky with this nice weather, I bet.
I had a person on my Facebook question go, where's Christine, who's been on a lengthy vacation. She's back on Friday, I believe.
Yes, she is. Absolutely.
All right, here's our satellite picture this morning. We'll get you into the temperature forecast. System passing us to the north. All that we will get out of that is some passing cloudiness. Remember yesterday, we had some morning cloudiness and it kind of thinned out for just a sunny afternoon. I see today basically trending in the same direction. Everybody's going to be warming up once again. Here's the live view from the Pioneer Park building and the camera looking down at the Pioneer Courthouse Square. We're at 48 degrees outside in Portland, so mighty comfortable. It's cooler up in Kelso, 43, and over in Newport, it's 41. Bend above freezing this morning at 39. We have freezing numbers out in Baker City and Burns right there at 33 degrees this morning. No weather or travel issues. Everybody will be dry. Everybody will see some warming weather. Futurecast, some passing, mostly thin cloudiness like we had yesterday, and then the mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Tomorrow just goes straight blue skies, and we get a developing north to east light breeze tomorrow. The east winds, I think, will be noticeable in spots, especially out near the gorge on Friday. Friday still looks to be the warmest day. And then I do want to play this into Saturday morning. See some clouds starting to come up in the Newport. So here's the first sign of the cool off. It'll be really warm at the beach, especially Friday. Could be some 80-degree temperatures, but then the winds change. Some increasing cloudiness for a cool down on Saturday, and then rain showers back in the forecast eventually on Sunday. So if you are thinking about heading to the beach, Friday's the warm day, 75 to 82 with clear skies, east breezes. Saturday, 62 to 70, depending on where you are. Some increasing cloudiness in the showers on Sunday. Here in the Valley today, the overwhelming headline is today will finally warm into the 70s, something we have not done here in western Oregon or up into southwest Washington yet this year. Partly to mostly sunny skies, light winds. Generally, we're thinking low to mid 70s across the area. This shows Longview 74 and Vancouver 75. I have Portland at 75. Yesterday, we hit 68, which tied for the warmest we've been so far this year. 78 tomorrow, 85 Friday. The record Friday is 82. That's the only record in jeopardy. 80 on Saturday. If you have plans on Sunday, weather models show us, to me, a surprisingly lack of rain. So it's unclear when the first raindrops will fall. It may not be much. We do have the shower chance extending into Monday. And that is your forecast.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Rod.